What is going on today, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today's video, we are at OSW again. It's been quite a while between videos. We have worked on the car quite a bit. There are some updates I got to give you guys on the car in general, and the whole reason why we're here for essentially like a round 2 of testing. If you recall from the first drift event with the FRS in turbo form, we definitely ran into some overheating problems pretty quickly, as we were still on the stock radiator. That's changed, and now we have the full-blown radiator, the full-blown fan shroud, and the same fans that came with the kit. So it's a pretty well-rounded, hopefully, cooling system at this point in time. On top of that, I went ahead and threw in a switch from Race Car Go Burr, as well as a little box that's called the Trac-Box. So there will be links down below to these little items that I got, just so you have an idea of what's been installed on the car. We're just going to go at it on a pretty patchy environment, at least for the moment. It probably is going to rain more and more all throughout the day, but at least it'll give the FRS maybe an easy time on its second test day, instead of having to be beat on at full throttle, which is the dry. You know, you really don't have a choice. But in the wet, we might be able to play with it a little bit, see what we can do with the current setup. Now also, we do have the idler pulley kit on the car. We didn't change the idler itself just yet, so if we throw another belt today, we know that something is still wrong in the belt system in general, but we shall find out. I believe the car is ready. I have been, driving it quite a lot, bolt checking it all the time, and I think my paranoia is slowly coming down, but trust me, there's still a lot of paranoia driving this thing 10/10ths now that it has, turbo just like cramming shit down its throat. Guys, we're gonna be getting into the first laps here. The GoPro is back where it usually is, so I'm happy about that. So hopefully the audio won't be shit. And one big mistake I made the last time is I was running the AC quite a lot while I was racing, because I thought that, okay, AC turns at least one of the fans on. Hopefully that helps bring my temperatures down. But the problem with that is, first of all, it was making the belt have to switch between AC on, AC off, so that might have been part of the belt situation. But also that drags the engine, so it puts a little more load on the engine, which doesn't make sense when you're trying to cool it down. So that's why we have this Trac-Box installed, and as soon as we start getting some temperature in, then we're gonna flick on the fan and drift with the fan. I'm going to show you a pretty unique situation though with it. It's just unfortunately a little bit of a flaw with the system, dealing with too many things on the CAN bus at once. So radiator actually took that beating pretty well there. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, flick the switch, pull the fan on, and unfortunately, when I do that, EcuTech goes away. So we're gonna do a lap and just see if the temperatures came back down or not. Obviously it won't come back down, but we'll see, is it worse than it was on the stock radiator? Because on the stock radiator, it piped up pretty quick. And I definitely got to work on my technique, because just having a turbo that lag it's a real thing. Flick the switch off so I can get my gauges back, and yeah, it is pretty ridiculous that I have to do this. Hey, that's not bad. That's exactly where it was when we left, so that's actually really good. Fans on, did some work there. Yeah, so I think we're gonna do one more lap. We're gonna do this a little more methodically than last time, just winging it, and we're gonna go make sure the car is still functioning properly after this third lap, just because it's too easy to get ahead of yourself. And in my opinion, I haven't ironed out everything with this car yet, so I really want to make sure I'm taking note of what's working, what's not, that kind of thing. Now take our little break and double check the temperatures real quick. Yeah, fan off. We are at 209 coolant, 214, 215 oil. So I would say we would be able to get probably one more run out of this before the oil temperature gets a little too hot for my liking. 215 is like, that's not bad though. Just double check if the fan is working. Oh yeah, she's blowing. We still got a belt on her. All right guys, so we are starting our second session here. The temperatures kind of are already heat soaking, so I'm just gonna go ahead with the fan on. We're gonna do 2 laps and not turn the fan off. We're just gonna leave it running the whole time, 2 laps. See what the temperatures are, if it's still doing better than the stock equation, which I think it is still doing better. Holy titties, dude. Not bad. 206, 210. It's not horrible, but you know, this car is gonna get hot. I don't think there's any way about it. I think right now the radiator is outpacing the oil cooler a little bit. I have been thinking about an oil cooler upgrade, or at least a portion of it. So we'll see, but for now I think I'm just gonna keep that fan going. We'll do one more lap, check where it's at. It is cooling down just driving around, but once we sit here, it's not a good deal. So go ahead, get the fan on. So we'll do one more lap, check temperature, see if this thing really is a 3-lap queen, which would kind of suck, but at least we kind of see the areas we can improve. And I didn't really mention this, but we're only running one fan. Only one of them is working right now. So 210, 220, it's pretty hot. We can maybe get one more run in, since like 230 is actually technically operating temperature. It's just, I think that number for every 8.6 owner kind of scares them a little bit. That kind of is a lot. So we'll do one more lap around to try to help the oil cooler out a little bit, and turn the fan back on, and we'll go for one more lap. So it turns out it's not a 3-lap queen, it's now a 4-lap queen, it seems. I got a little carried away, but let's go pit up, double check that this car is still functioning. But I gotta say, I believe it still is. 211, 208, so not bad. Just keep in mind, with the stock setup, we were hitting like we were 240, 250 after 3 laps. So this is quite a big improvement here with the full-blown radiator, the fan setup. And yeah, only one working fan. This is pretty damn good, I think. kicks ass. We came off the track at like 218, and I just turned the fan off, brought us down to, you know, less than 200. So 20 degrees, pretty damn quick. Drive home on these tires, baby. Hell yeah. Good car. Still a good car. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. A quick little, what I would say, part 2 to the initial test of the FRS, trying to solve some of the problems that we did find on that first track day. So if you haven't seen that yet, go ahead and hit the link above to check out how it did on its first track day compared to this one here, its second track day. I will admit, second track day it had it a little bit easier. The rain will definitely make it an easier time for the car overall than a dry day, but I will say that this layout that we did on the second event, much longer than the first event's layout, and yeah, I think some things do balance out, and I think we did see real improvement in the cooling system. So hopefully from here I can move forward and just get back to driving the car, since that is my favorite part of this car. Not necessarily wrenching on it, not necessarily bolting up as much stuff I can find on the internet on it. Ultimately the driving is the best, and I think it is at a good point, besides the whole fan thing, to continue driving on it. So we will fix the one fan that is not working at this point, but besides that, I think we're ready to get back to events, get back to attending, you know, the different events across Florida and just having fun with the boys and maybe getting some tandems in now that the car is definitely just a little bit faster. So catch you guys later. Really hope you enjoyed. Peace.